I just got back from a really cool dive and found not one but two lobsters, and one's a female and one's a male. I'm going to show you the differences. The female I'm 100% sure is well in. The male looked like it was close, so I popped it in a bucket. I didn't have my measurer on me, but I brought it back to the boat to measure it with you. If it's too small, obviously we'll let it free. If they're both too small, we'll let them free. If they're both the right size, we might keep the male, let the female go, but let's have a look. So the first one is a female. There's a few ways to check that it's a female. The tail actually flares out, and this is actually where she carries all of her eggs. Another distinguishing feature of a female is these two swimmerettes are quite soft and feathery on a female, and they're much firmer on a male. If you catch a female, you want to just double check that there are no V notches cut out of the tail, because if there is a notch cut out of the tail, then that's been cited as a proven breeder, and as part of conservation efforts you have to let those ones go. And then the other requisite really is the shell nice and hard. This one is, so it should be full of meat. And then last but not least, how big is it? Now it needs to be 9 centimeters or 90 millimeters from just behind the eye socket to the end of the carapace. This is the end of the carapace here, and we just measure from behind the eye socket, and that is well in. So that was a keeper. Like I say, it's not pregnant, it's a female, and that's a good size. That's a good lobster. So this is the other one. I say this one looked right on the cusp of whether or not we could keep it. So again, same measurement from behind the carapace to the to the end of the carapace, and yeah, that one's only about 75 mil, 80 mil. So you, my friend, it's your lucky day. And like I say, that's undersized. Now I brought this back to double check, but be mindful that if I got pulled over by a fisheries officer with this in my boat and said, "Honest Gov, I was just going back to measure it," there's a good chance they wouldn't believe me and I'd get in trouble. So if you don't have a measurer on you and you look at this and you're in doubt, the best thing to do is just leave it out, because you could get into trouble. But off you go.
Now this incredibly beautiful and popular spot is an anchorage located just along St. Anthony Head. Although our day started off further east, up here in the unbelievably beautiful anchorage of Pulcheris, which was home to even more crystal clear water, sandy beaches, reefs, and was a very popular destination for young families. Anyway, that morning we decided to head further west and explore somewhere new. Along the way, Hank kept a watchful eye out and even spotted some whales off in the distance. Shortly followed by passing through what seemed like thousands of jellyfish. Eventually we arrived and dropped Kadoa's anchor into more beautiful gin clear water, and then wasted no time at all setting up the full solar system to make the most of the late summer sun.
Alright, we've got to squeeze as much juice as we can out of that September sun.
And as beautiful as the afternoon sun has been, it is now late September, where the evenings as well as the mornings cool right down, and we're reminded once again of the Celtic kingdom that we currently find ourselves in. Although thankfully the afternoons do still heat back up, and so life on board is as sweet as you could possibly hope for.
Quick, both of us together. Together.
Well, this is what it's all about. So although this anchorage is actually a new anchorage for us, for Kadoa, we do know this area quite well. So I'm actually going to kill two birds with one stone right now. I'm going to take Hank for his last leg stretch of the day, and then I'm going to pop to the shop to get some supplies for the lobster. We need some salad to go with this lobster, and St Maurs is actually the closest place. There's a little co-op in St Maurs that you can just nip round to, so it shouldn't take long to get there. And then hopefully I'll be back in time to watch the sunset behind the castle and enjoy a lobster salad on the deck with Hank and Carly. What more could you want, eh? Britain at her finest. Holy moly. That's insane! Oh wow. Never in my time have I ever seen such a density of jellyfish. That's crazy. Very happy that we managed to get in and out of the water without all of these passing over my head. Is it a shoal of jellyfish? Is that what you call it? Is it I don't know. Is it a gaggle of jellyfish? A group? A bloom? I'm sure some of you wise foxes out there will know. So jump in the comments, let us know. Let's all get a bit smarter and a bit wiser together. What do you call? What's the plural for jellyfish? And no, it's not jellyfishes. That's insane. That's completely insane. That's for Hank. Wait. I've got you something.
course I got you something, you know I did. I've got a little something for you, but we can't leave any evidence, otherwise Carly will go nuts. Okay, this is our secret. Is it good? Some more? Alright. It looks like the clouds and the haze are gobbling up our sunset. Oh, I was really looking forward to that. Alright. We shan't let that ruin the occasion. Along here, you'll see there's a poo pipe. I want to remove that too. Say lobsters eat some pretty nasty stuff, and you probably don't want to be eating their poo. Alright, and that is half a lobster, all prepared. And there we are. Fresh meat. Sadly, we weren't quite quick enough to get the sunset whilst we were eating, but we did enjoy the sunset whilst we were cooking, so that's the next best thing. How's it tasting?
I haven't got there yet, I just had a chip. But I haven't brought a knife up, so excuse me.
Oh.
Perfect as always.
Don't look all aggrieved. You know you don't like it.
I'm not even going to give you some.
No, every time he does that look, doesn't he? We're like, oh, maybe we should just try again. You hand him some lobster, you hand him some delicious, hard-won lobster, and he spits it out.
Definitely not wasting it on you.
Right, now I'm going to jump into this lobster, and even though we know this whole area really well, this particular anchorage is new to us, and so it will make it up shortly onto cadell.com to join all of these anchorages here, all these amazing places that we momentarily get the privilege to call our home, that we share with all of you. And maybe some of you out there will be able to glance at this and you'll see some spots that maybe you've even seen, you know, on the map, on the almanac, on the charts, and just maybe thought, nah. And maybe now you'll get a second look at them and be like, oh, actually, that one doesn't look too bad. Neither does that one. That one doesn't look too bad. And there's no judgment there at all, because that's exactly what we've gone through this year. We've slowed right down. We popped our heads into as many new places as we can, and it's been a real eye-opening experience. So I hope that some of you get to share that very same sense of, oh no, we're missing a trick here. This is a great spot. That'll do.